Hey, Pretty Girl Club. Welcome to Pretty Girl University. Class is starting. In the Discord, a lot of you guys were saying you missed my Pretty Girl University series, so I thought that I would bring this series back. I don't see a lot of other creators talking about the importance of having beauty hobbies. A lot of people think that we talk about beauty as a flex, and the real reason that I talk so much about beauty hobbies is because it's a way of bringing back a sense of dignity to yourself. It's a way of bringing back a sense of femininity and kind of connecting with and healing your inner child. So, whenever I talk about the inner child, what I'm trying to say is if you were to go back to your 13-year-old self, what type of beauty did she always want? Did she always want to look like a video vixen or a princess or a mermaid? Because having beauty hobbies helps you to discover what your internalized beauty standard is. And a lot of people, they talk shit about me for having a multicultural beauty standard. So, yes, I do follow a European beauty standard, an African beauty standard, an Asian beauty standard. I incorporate all of them into my personal beauty standard because I have a fluid identity. So, I have no problem admitting the beauty of women of other races or phenotypes. There are some times where I want to look more like one versus the other. And a lot of people, they try to shame the Exoticals for that. But it's like, at the end of the day, I meet my own internalized beauty standard. Do you? Part of why I have beauty hobbies is because I think that going through this world as a beautiful woman, it enriches my life. It makes my life more fun and interesting. And I just think it's a way of kind of living your life as a real life Barbie doll. It's almost like instead of just watching princesses on TV, I would rather just be the princess. I would rather be the Barbie doll in real life as opposed to constantly fantasizing about it. So, beauty hobbies help me to not live vicariously through others. A lot of women who live vicariously through other women's beauty, they don't have beauty hobbies of their own. So, for me, it's kind of like a form of putting all that energy back into myself. So instead of going on social media, admiring other women or wishing that I looked like them, I would rather spend that same amount of time doing something to beautify myself. So, one of the things that I've been doing lately is getting into t-shirts. I know that's really random, but just trying different graphic t-shirts like crop tops and figuring out a way to make them look as cute and as dressed up as possible. The reason that I've been getting into that lately is because I've just been trying to kind of expand my horizon in terms of fashion. I guess I used to have this belief that wearing a t-shirt means you're going to look super dressed down and like too casual or like t-shirts are boring. But I really feel like you could actually slay with a t-shirt. I've seen those videos of girls like cutting holes in their t-shirt. I'll try to show like clips and images on here, but I've seen girls cutting their shirts into crop tops and stuff. So that's one of the random hobbies I've been trying recently. And I don't really wear the crop tops out very often because it's really cold right now. So I think it's just a really good time to kind of like experiment with that. And that's another thing too. When it comes to beauty and fashion, I like experimenting in a low stakes environment. So if you've listened to my other content, you've heard me talk about wearing different makeup looks to the grocery store or, wearing new makeup when I'm going on a hike or something. The reason that I test it out in those environments is because it's not embarrassing. Nobody's going to walk up to me at the grocery store and say, "Oh my God, why are you wearing that eyeshadow?" No one's going to say that. But if I'm at a job interview or somewhere important, then I'm more likely to experience anxiety when it comes to experimenting. So that's a part of why when I'm practicing my beauty hobbies, I try to do it in a place where I have a little bit more privacy. Because privacy, every pretty girl needs privacy. Every pretty girl needs a space to experiment without judgment. Every pretty girl should be able to experiment with her own beauty. But the whole t-shirt thing, that's a part of my current experimentation. I've been trying like different cuts of t-shirts, maybe like cutting a hole down the middle so that it can create like a v-neck. Like you can cut the shirt into a v-neck, you can tie it and make it look cute. I don't really like the frills on t-shirts, like the long strings. I don't really like how that looks. But I do like how it looks when people cut into their cleavage on the shirt. I think that looks super pretty, especially if you're skinny. I see a lot of college girls, they will cut out like the little jerseys or their school colors and stuff. They will cut out the shirts and then wear those shirts to the game. So if you're into sports, as a matter of fact, the Super Bowl is coming up. I don't know who's going to go to the Super Bowl, but if you're into that, you could totally make something cute for like a Super Bowl party. And I love doing a t-shirt with like a cute flare mini skirt. It just gives me like cheerleader vibes, and it kind of reminds me of childhood because I was a cheerleader when I was younger. So it just kind of, it's like a way of comforting myself, being able to still have that cheerleader aesthetic as an adult. So that way I'm not like reminiscing back on when I used to look like a cheerleader or when I used to have that. You know those people that kind of peaked in high school? The people that peaked in college? I don't want to be like that. And so I try to maintain the same level of beauty no matter how old I am, no matter what stage of life I'm in, because I feel like a lot of women, as we become adults, society puts pressure on us and they try to tell us, like, oh no, you're too old for that, or, you know, that's irresponsible. Why are you cutting up a t shirt? That's a perfectly good piece of clothing. That's being wasteful. So people try to guilt us into not experimenting with our own beauty. And it's like, if you are inherently feminine, if you grew up playing with dolls and stuff like that, I mean, of course you're going to want to make yourself into a doll as an adult. So the way that I view beauty is deeper than just the male gaze or flexing on haters or whatever. Beauty for me is a form of healing. It's a form of self-care. It's a form of like maintaining that sense of play. Beauty is a form of play for me. So playing with my clothes, playing around with different hairstyles or makeup or whatever. Okay, the second beauty hobby that I've been doing lately, and I've talked about this a lot on the Patreon, is experimenting with all different supplements. You guys know that I am a supplement junkie. Lately, I've been experimenting with protein powders. That's kind of my supplement that I've been switching through. So I did the whey protein. It's the one in the black package. So I like that one. I tried the chocolate one. Now I'm doing I think it's called Vega protein. And it's like this yellowish white powder, so it's like a different flavor. So my supplement game has been on point. One of the places that I will go to get really cheap supplements, I will go to the Indian market. I don't know why people sleep on the Indian market. If you are mixed with Indian, you are so lucky because you have known about Indian markets your entire life. I didn't grow up around a lot of Indian markets per se, or like Pakistani. I'm sorry if I'm conflating all the different types of Middle Easterners, but I grew up around more of like the East Asian markets, not so much markets that are geared specifically towards people from India or people from Pakistan. So those markets in my city, they have a lot of really good cheap supplements. That's where I get my ashwagandha. That's where I get my Ayurvedic herbs. So for those of you who are familiar with the Ayurvedic medicinal practices, for whatever reason, that's pretty much the only medicine practice that works on me. Eastern medicine tends to work on me much better than Western medicine. So I will go to the Indian market and get all my different supplements and stuff. They're way cheaper than going to like GNC. It's way cheaper than going on Amazon. But if I'm being really cheap and I just want to like experiment, I will also go to like a Ross or a TJ Maxx, or like a Burke's if they have that, or like Winners. So any store where they have clearance items, any store where they get stuff from other stores, and they kind of like sell it at a lower price, that is a good place where I get some of my supplements as well. I tend to get a lot of the gummy supplements. They have gummy supplements there. So gummy supplements, they don't work as well on me as the regular supplements that you just swallow. And I've learned that the liquid supplements actually work the best, but those are the most expensive, so I don't buy those all the time. Oh, and by the way, one of my favorite liquid supplements for my hair was the Mineral Rich. I'll put a picture of it on the screen. That was a really good one. It was only about $30. You will run out of it though within about 30 days, and it does not taste good when you drink it. So I was just drinking it straight. I was not mixing it with water. So maybe that's why it didn't taste good. But that one did a really good job of naturally strengthening my hair because I have fine hair. So I really liked that one. But the reason that supplements are one of my beauty hobbies, it's because I personally don't smoke or drink. So because I don't smoke or drink, my drug of choice is going to be probably some protein powder, or it's going to be like some liquid chlorophyll, maybe even some charcoal that I can add to my latte or something. That is more so like my drug of choice. So that's part of why I like supplements. It's kind of like I'm getting a fix in a different way, if that makes sense. I'm getting a high, but in a different way. So I'm taking vitamin B12. That gives me the sense of energy. That gives me this quote unquote high, and I didn't have to take some sort of illegal substance in order to get that. So that's a part of why that's one of my beauty hobbies. Also, it literally does contribute to like hair growth, nail growth. Well, I don't know if I would say nails because I'm kind of bad at caring for my nails. I tend to break them all the time because I'm pretty athletic. I go to the gym a lot and stuff, so I'm always breaking them. But if you're one of those girls who loves kind of watching your body transform over time, I think supplements are a really good option. So you can go to the Asian market, go to the Indian market, or you can go to like Ross or TJ Maxx and just look in their clearance aisle. It's next to the skincare. If you go to Ross or Marshall's, it's next to the clearance skincare and all their clearance hair care stuff. That's where they have the supplements. Also, I have got some hair oils from that area as well, like the clearance aisle. So I got the Curls Blueberry Bliss. That's my favorite. That is my favorite oil, and it's my favorite scent. So I got that for like $7 from the clearance section. So that's another one of my beauty hobbies. I love looking for a good deal. A lot of people are obsessed with online shopping, including myself, but some of the best deals I've ever got were actually in person, and the quality of the item is better in person versus if I just get it on like Fashion Nova or something, because it's coming from another country. I really don't know what it's going to look like, and I feel like sometimes those products are hit or miss. So that's why I still enjoy going to some of these stores and kind of like exploring for myself. Also, depending on what state you live in, they have those stores where it kind of looks like a tornado hit inside of these stores. I can't remember what they're called, but actually they're called liquidation stores. So those liquidation places, they also have really good like obscure products in there. The surplus outlets or like the closeout stores, any store that is closing, I'm going to go in and take a look. I don't really care what it is. It could be a grocery store. It could be some sort of like knick-knack souvenir shop. I'm just going to go in and look. That is one of my really fun beauty hobbies. And the reason that I like doing that is because it's kind of like a miniature version of traveling. So instead of me having to travel out of the country all the time, it's fun to sometimes just explore in my own neighborhood or kind of, drive to the city next door, drive to the suburbs or something, and then just kind of see what they have to offer. I talk about this a lot in the Patreon. So about once a month, usually it's on a Sunday, I will drive maybe 9 or 10 miles away and I will just go and drive around and just look. Because everything is not going to show up on Google Maps, I've noticed. Some of these stores, they don't even have pictures up. So it's like I kind of have to drive there and just look around and see what they have to offer. But I've done that with different beauty supply shops. So if you're into beauty stuff like me, if you're into makeup, hair, and nail supplies and stuff, you can actually check out anything within like a 20-mile radius. I do that all the time. And that was how I found my favorite beauty supply store in my area. So it's not the closest one. It's actually a little bit further away. It's more towards the suburbs. But that's my favorite store. They have the best sales. They actually have like a texting list. You know how some stores have an email list and then they send you coupons. So this particular beauty supply, they have a text list So if you sign up for their text messages and then if you like follow their social media, you get discounts and stuff. This store is always running a really good sale. So I'm able to get all of my favorite products and stuff for way cheaper. So all the other basic bitches, they're just going to the stores right in the middle of the city. Or they have to go to the hood and, they're never in stock. Because we already know if you go to the beauty supply store in the hood, they're going to be out of stock on pretty much everything. The only thing that's going to be left are like the auntie wigs and like, all this expired hair stuff. But I was able to find a really good beauty supply store because I just started driving farther. Oh, well, that's a waste of gas. No, actually, it's not a waste of gas because it's a form of self-care. Driving for 30 minutes, putting on my favorite podcast, putting on my favorite playlist, and just kind of zoning out and, just having fun. Sometimes I'll listen to something funny when I'm driving, so I don't mind driving far. A lot of women, they don't have beauty hobbies because they're just lazy in general. They don't have any hobbies. Has anyone else noticed that? There are a lot of women who literally have like no hobbies at all. And it's like, you're telling me that all I have to do is drive 10 miles to invest in myself and I'm not willing to do that? Okay, so just say you hate yourself and move on. If you're not willing to drive 10 miles because you want to go to a new hair salon or you want to try something new, just say you hate yourself. Just admit it. Just say, oh, hey, I hate my hair. I hate my skin. I hate how I look. So I'm not willing to drive to the new hair salon. But speaking of hair salons, I was telling the girls in the Patreon about how I actually have a subscription now. I have a hair salon subscription. Well, it's actually a hair and makeup subscription, so you can go in there twice a month. It's $90 per month, so it's really $45 per service. So I can literally get my hair done any style I want. I can use any heat tool I want. I can do curls. I could do crimped. I could do flat iron, like silk press, for $45. And then if I also want to get my makeup done that same day, I can. So if I have a birthday dinner or if I have like, I don't know, something fancy that I'm going to, maybe I'm going to the symphony. Me and my friends are actually planning going to some sort of symphony or an opera probably within the next couple of weeks. So now that I have this subscription, I can go in there and I can get like glammed up. So that's another one of my beauty hobbies. Like that discovering that salon, it came from my beauty hobbies. So what I was doing is I went into ChatGPT and I was like, can you tell me all of the salons within a 20-mile radius, non-black salons, of course, because I prefer to not go to a black salon just because I notice with my hair, they either put way too much heat on my hair. My hair is already fine, so you don't need to like put 450-degree heat on it. So they either put way too much heat or they end up getting scissor happy. They just want to cut everything. I notice in the black community, it's almost like if you have a hair problem, just cut it. Big chop, trim your hair. Even if it doesn't need to be trimmed, they'll still trim areas of your hair that don't really need the trimming. And I don't like that. And then they charge you for doing that. So anyway, I was on ChatGPT and I was just looking up like what are some cheaper hair salons. And I didn't say black hair salons. I just said, what are some cheap hair salons within like a 10-mile radius? And are there any subscription services that I can get? So that's how I found this salon. And then when I went there, it turns out there's an Exotical who works there. So she actually does my hair. She is my hairstylist and she is my makeup artist whenever I want my makeup done for an event. So it ended up working out. So if I would have had this stereotype mindset where it's like, oh, they can't do my hair because they don't know how to deal with type 3 hair or they're all white people. If I would have had that mindset, I would have never discovered this Exotical who works at this salon. So now every time I go there, I leave a tip. Like I'm going to start leaving even bigger tips for her because, that's my community. I want to support women of my phenotype. But that's another one of my hobbies. So something else I've been looking into, and I can't do it yet. I probably won't be able to do it until maybe like April, maybe like the summertime. So I found out that they also have nail salons where you can get a subscription. So it's like $50 a month or whatever. You can choose. They have like different tiers where you can pay the subscription, then you can come in, you can get as many fills as you need. So it kind of depends on how you do your nails though. So if you get acrylics, it might be more expensive. But that's another beauty hobby that I currently have. I'm kind of shopping around to see what nail salons have to offer, which one has the best deal. I went to a new nail salon recently and I liked it. Part of what I judge nail salons on is their chairs. I really care about the chairs because I actually use the massage chair. You know how it's like you get your toes done and then you can turn on the massage thing? So I actually use that. So I do judge based on that and kind of based on like the Wi-Fi. I can't stand a nail salon where it has no Wi-Fi. I'm like, okay, so now I can't even go on my phone? Like that's really irritating to me. So I'm currently browsing around to see what nail salon I would like to subscribe to. I'm a big fan of beauty subscriptions in general. So I have done like the I can't remember what they're called, but the little boxes from Sephora. I've done that before. Like in my 20s, I used to get the $10 Sephora box, and they would send you a small package with like little miniature versions of beauty items. So that was actually how I found my Holy Grail bronzer. It was by subscribing to the little Sephora thing. So, oh, by the way, the bronzer, it was the Hoola Benefit bronzer. I will put a picture up on the screen if I remember while I'm editing. I don't always edit my videos with the sound playing, by the way. So that's why sometimes you'll see me insert images and sometimes you won't. But I just like the concept of subscribing because the bills are on auto pay. It automatically comes out of my account without me thinking about it. So I don't have that build up to where it's like, oh shit, it's New Year's Eve and I really want to go to a party and I want to get my makeup done, but I don't know where to go and I don't know what products to use. And okay, maybe I'll try to get my own makeup. Oh, but I don't know what to buy. I don't have those problems because the whole subscription thing, it has really helped me just kind of experimenting with that. And then if I don't want to pay for it, I just cancel it or I just, pause it for that month or I pause it for like 3 months or whatever. So I am a subscription junkie. I love auto pay. That has like saved my life. It really helps me like financially to have auto pay, and I will just put it on my calendar like, okay, on the 15th this bill is coming out. So that's another one of my beauty hobbies. And by the way, as far as things you can subscribe to for beauty hobbies, you can subscribe to get your nails done, get your makeup done. You can put aside money to get a different Groupon like once a month. So I've done that before, like building up my Groupon bucks, and then I will use the Groupon bucks to go to the beauty school. And then I will get, like, I've had my nails and toes done at a beauty school before. I had my lashes done at a beauty school. So if you're really cheap, like if you're just starting out and you really don't know where to go, or like you don't even know if you like that beauty service yet, that's why I started off at a beauty school. Because I was like, well, I don't even know if I like gel manicures yet. I don't even know if I like getting my lashes done yet. So let me try it, but I'll do it at a cheap beauty school. So just in case I hate it, just in case I don't like how the lashes look on me, then I'll never get it again. And I didn't spend $200. So like with the lashes, I got them done at a beauty school. They looked really pretty, but at the beauty school, they fell out within like a couple days. And so I didn't get them done again for like probably a year because I thought that my personal eyelashes just didn't work. I thought that I don't know, I just felt like maybe it's just me. Maybe it's because I have allergies and stuff. The lashes don't last. But then I ended up getting a coupon to this one eyelash place, and they did a great job. So I will say it was like $200. But they did a really good job, and the lashes, they lasted me like almost 8 weeks. And so then I decided to keep going back. So when it comes to my beauty hobbies or like beauty services that I pay for, I don't just jump into the payments or anything because I understand how some of you guys might be listening and you might be like, oh, that's overwhelming. I don't want to pay $90 a month for hair and makeup, $200 a month for lashes, $50 a month for brows, $100 for nails. That's a lot. So that's why I didn't do it all at once. I just kind of did it here and there or just kind of experimented. And then lately I have been getting into eyebrows. This is probably the first year of me doing eyebrows. I really just started doing them a few months ago, honestly. And now I have noticed the difference. So when it comes to my eyebrows and lashes, those were always optional, but now I really like getting my eyebrows and lashes both done because I have seen that it makes a difference in photos. It does not make a difference in person. I don't feel ugly if my eyebrows and lashes are not done. Nobody has ever noticed or been like, oh my God, who's that? But when I take photos, though, I definitely notice a big difference in how I photograph when my lashes and my eyebrows are done. It does give a slightly more polished look. It does give more of like kind of this celebrity type of vibe. And then, especially when my makeup is also done, then it really gives more of a glamorous vibe. So I think it kind of depends on what your beauty goals are, or how your pretty privilege operates. So if you get paid, like in my case, I get paid, I have opportunities to get paid off of my beauty in real life. So I think in my case, it's like an investment. But if you are not getting paid off of your beauty, or if you don't want to get paid off your beauty, that's also valid. It's your body, it's your beauty, your choice. Um, but yeah, so it's optional. It just kind of depends on what you think is worth it. But yes, I've been getting into eyebrows. So I experimented with like thinner brows, then I experimented with like the fluffier ones, and then kind of like the straighter ones just to see like how it frames my face and stuff. So that's been another really fun, cute little beauty hobby. And I like it. I don't know. I just feel like certain things look better when a professional does it. So there are some beauty skills that I have where I don't need a professional, but then there are other things where it's like, no, it slays when somebody else does it. Like when I do my own hair, when I just wash my hair or I just blow it out myself, it looks fine. It doesn't look bad, but when the salon does it, it lasts so much longer. It looks so much shinier. It has so much more movement. It's like more weightless when they do it. So my hair blows in the wind even more than normal and stuff. So experimenting with professionals, I think that has been probably the most fun part of like my beauty hobbies recently. Number 5. So this is something I'm thinking about. I have not tried it yet. I don't know yet if it's going to be worth it, but it is getting clothes tailored or kind of experimenting with that. I didn't know that the tailor could do that much with clothes. So they can take your clothes. I thought that they only can take in your clothes, like, they make the waist a little smaller or something. Turns out they can actually do a lot of different stuff. They can like let out your pants, they can take them in, they can shorten or lengthen the hems, they can reposition buttons on your clothing. I've even heard of girls like going to the fabric store and purchasing their own special buttons that they want, like on a jacket, and then either they put it on the jacket themselves or they have somebody else change the buttons to where it makes the jacket look really pretty. I just think that is so cool. I've always been into like fancy buttons. I love a good jacket. I love a good jacket or like a blazer. I love cardigans that have pretty buttons on them. My favorite type of buttons, I love the buttons that are like a pearl. I'm obsessed with pearls. Anybody who knows me knows that I love pearls because it looks really good on my skin tone. And it also looks really like elegant and everything. So I love the buttons where it's either pearls or if it's sparkly, like a fake rhinestone, but it's like the button on your cardigan. I just think that is so cute. So yeah, that is something that I've thought about. I've never done it though, but it is something where I might be open to it in the future. I just feel like in terms of tailoring though, I don't think I need much tailoring because I'm pretty much going to stay the same size. But yeah, that is something you could think about as a pretty girl. Getting your clothes, even taking your clothes to the cleaners. That's another thing that I used to do in my 20s. That was more so when I was working in corporate. I was wearing a lot of silky shirts and like nice blazers and stuff. So I didn't want to ruin them in the washer and dryer. So I do think that can help you in terms of social climbing. Like, just coming off as more professional, even when it comes to photos. Oh yeah, that is something else that I've been doing. That's another one of my beauty hobbies is utilizing my surroundings as a set. So instead of looking at it like, oh, I'm just sitting at the park right now. No, I'm sitting in a beautiful park surrounded by flowers and grass. This would make for a great photo. And I know that, it's 2025. Everybody's an influencer now. Everybody's taking photos 24/7. But for whatever reason, I used to not take as many photos, but now I've been getting more into it and kind of like experimenting with different lighting and different backgrounds and stuff, and just seeing how I look. How does my skin tone look against green backgrounds? Or like, you know how they talk about the grass wall, like, oh, I was at the bar and of course they had a grass wall. Okay, well, I actually look really good in front of a grass wall. So, some of my best photos, some of my most professional looking pictures have more of that grassy wall behind me. So that has been a fun beauty hobby too, kind of experimenting with different like lighting and photo shoot locations. So this is where your friends come in handy. I do have some pretty girl friends. I have some exotical friends, and we actually will schedule little photo shoot days for each other. Because one of my friends, she is actively dating right now, so she uses dating apps. So me and her scheduled like, okay, on Saturday we're gonna go here, and then we're gonna take some photos on the steps. Like we literally scouted out locations for her so that she could get her cute little dating app pictures and stuff. I'm gonna be her little photographer. So that's another fun beauty hobby. I think that for a lot of women, it's not that you're ugly, you just don't know how to photograph. Or you don't know what pose to do. You don't know what poses work well for your body type. You don't know what lighting works well for your exact face. Overhead lighting is the absolute worst lighting. So that means if you're in an office, if you're in a cafeteria, that's going to be the worst lighting. If you're in a food court, if you're in the mall, the lighting is going to be very bad. Overhead lighting, it makes your nose look bigger. It makes your nose have a shadow under it. I know a lot of people are insecure about their noses, so that's why I'm bringing that up. It makes your nose look bigger, makes your nose have a shadow under it, makes your face look wider and flatter, and it emphasizes your eye bags. If you happen to wear false lashes, it's going to create a shadow underneath your eyes. So then it's going to make it look like you have dark circles. So it's a whole thing. Like lighting and the location of your photo shoot, that's very important. So that's been another fun beauty hobby, just figuring out what exact locations, what exact time I look best. Because golden hour, a lot of people talk about golden hour. Golden hour, I do look good during golden hour, but it's not my best. I use golden hour if I want to look more tan. Golden hour actually makes me look more tan. It gives me like a darker look because of the golden, dark yellow, orange light coming against my skin tone. So it makes my skin look darker and makes my eyes look brighter. So that's a vibe. I've taken some photos in golden hour, but I've also experimented with different types of lighting as well. And I've realized that my best lighting is actually right before golden hour. And my best lighting is also in overcast skies because I look really good with almost like this soft white lighting, similar to like a softbox light. And I think it has to do with the undertones of my skin, kind of having these neutral undertones, maybe slightly cool leaning. Because if you have neutral undertones, you have both warm and cool. But nobody is perfectly neutral. That's not a thing. That's not how skin tones work. So if you are neutral, you are going to lean maybe a little bit warm or you lean a little bit cool. So it's important to know that kind of thing so that if you are taking pictures, you can make sure that you're doing the lighting that works best for you. So for me, a couple of hours before golden hour is actually my best. Overcast skies look better on me than bright sunlight. If I just stand in direct sunlight, you won't be able to see anything. I'm just going to be a ghost. Like, I'm going to be translucent. My eyebrows are going to disappear. Like, no. So for some people who are darker, like if you're darker skinned, I noticed that you look good in direct sunlight because you're so dark to the point where the sunlight is not going to really wash you out. I look good in the shade as opposed to, just outside in the sun on the sidewalk. Those pictures where people take where it's like, they're at the gas station, they're on the sidewalk, just walking down the street. So it depends on the lighting for me. I kind of have to stand in the shade because that makes me look very pretty. It makes me feel beautiful when I'm taking photos in that sort of environment. So that's a whole fun little beauty hobby that I've had. Like me and my friend, we actually went on a walk and we went to this little restaurant because we wanted to check out their lighting and kind of their setting. So like I said, kind of viewing the world as my set, viewing the world as my own personal movie set. So we went to this restaurant. They had the soft, dim lighting. So kind of like candlelight, that sort of lighting. Some people can make that work. I don't really know how to photograph, like as far as the settings on my phone and stuff. Some people are really good at changing the aperture on their phone so that they look good. I've met some girls where they only take photos in portrait mode on their cameras and stuff. So I don't know. I just think that's fun to kind of like do as a beauty hobby, just like walking around the city with my friends and then finding cute little locations. Um, Something else that's a random beauty hobby that I started doing again is watching TV shows that make me feel beautiful and feminine. So, you guys know me, I don't actually watch TV. I do not watch TV consistently, like at all. I am more of a YouTube person, but lately I was like, you know what? Let me just watch a show. Like, let me just see how I feel, and maybe this will help me relax. I mean, who knows? Because I never purposely was against TV or anything. I guess I just, ever since I went to college, I just feel like I was kind of too busy or something, and I just stopped watching a lot of TV. When I was in high school, I used to watch everything. I would watch TV for hours, but I guess as I became an adult, I just didn't do it. So I started watching Emily in Paris again because I had already watched the first two seasons. It took me a while to even get through those. I don't know when the first two seasons were filmed. This is back when it first came out. I don't even know when that was. But I saw that they're going to do another season coming soon. And I was like, well, this is a cute show. It kind of reminds me of like The Devil Wears Prada, which was one of my favorite movies as a kid. So, are there any TV shows or movies that make you feel very feminine and gorgeous? For me, pretty much anything with Christina Milian in it. She's my favorite actress. Well, her and Tia Mowry are like my favorite actresses. So anything with them in it is going to definitely give me that vibe. Or like, what was that TV show with Logan Browning in it? I never watched that show. Was it Hit the Floor or something like that? I never watched that, but that came out when I was like a teenager, I think, or maybe when I was in college. So stuff like that. Remember like Step Up, like the Step Up movies and stuff. Anytime I watch something kind of like that, or like Honey, remember the movie Honey? Anything that has a nostalgic feel to it, or it shows women being passionate about something, I love that. I eat that shit up. I will eat that shit up. In fact, one of the Exoticals commented on my channel. They said they wanted me to watch that show with Manon. So I've never seen the show, but I am a fan of Manon. I do know who Manon is. She's a beautiful Exotical. And she gets her Exotical tax. And I haven't, the reason I haven't started watching the show that she was in is because I know that I'm going to want to watch the entire thing. So I need to first, like, I need to finish my other show first. I have to make sure that I'm not watching anything else so that I can solely focus on that because I love that concept. I love watching shows where it shows women kind of like being powerful and feminine. So I don't like shows where it shows a lot of struggling and crime. Like Power, I never watched that a day in my life. Empire, never seen it. There are so many other like hood shows. I don't really watch like the ghetto. Well, I have seen Baddies though, but for the most part, if it's a scripted show, I don't really watch shows that show a lot of struggle just because that, I don't know, it's just not entertaining to me. It's not super relatable to me either. And it's like, why would I want to sit here and watch somebody suffer? Like, I don't know, that just doesn't sound entertaining. But maybe that's part of what sucks you in. I don't know. But one of my beauty hobbies has been watching Emily in Paris. I also watched this movie. It had Kelly Rowland, Megan Good, and some other people in it. I forgot what it was called, but if I can remember the name of the movie, I'll put it on here. But I watched that when I was doing my 10K steps not too long ago. So that's just another one of my hobbies that makes me feel feminine because I get inspired. This is actually a reason why I started watching Baddies too. I actually stopped watching Baddies since then though because they were doing too much fighting, but part of what I initially like about all of these shows and movies is that it shows women very glammed up. So that's what I like. I like seeing the glamour part of it. I like seeing all her different hairstyles. You know, whoever the main girl is, I like looking at her different hairstyles and getting ideas and being like, oh, I love her clothes. You know, I love that top. Like, let me try to get a top like that. I don't know. It's just like inspiring to me. And of course, they're all exoticals for the most part. Number six beauty hobby is I am rotating my clothes. So any items in my closet that I have worn less than 5 times, I will wear that item. Like, I need to wear that. I'm not going to just let clothes sit in my closet. Oh, I just wore it once. I wear that shirt 1 time per year. No, I need to be wearing as many of my clothes as much as possible. So recently I've been randomly just like changing outfits more than 1 time a day. So let's say I go to the grocery store, then I come home, then later on I go somewhere else. I will put on a different outfit because I need to wear these clothes. I didn't get these clothes for nothing, especially how cute some of these clothes are. I did not get this shit so it could just sit in my closet. I don't care how much it costs. I don't care if it was cheap. I think that one excuse I used to make was like, oh, but that shirt was only $1, so, it's okay if I just wear it once and never again. No, I don't want to do that. I want to get the full enjoyment of all of my clothing items. So today I actually wore this pink shirt. It's so cute. It's like a Barbie pink. It's the perfect shade of pink. Literally, I have never seen a shade of pink that looks better than that shirt. So I wore that shirt today because even though it's a little bit too big, I was like, no, I want to enjoy this shirt. It's not just about the fit, it's also about the color of the shirt. It looks cute. I'm wearing pink eyeshadow today, so this shirt eats. Like it's gonna look cute on me. So that's another one of my beauty hobbies is going out of my way to wear the clothes that I purchased and wearing those clothes as much as possible. I don't care about repeating outfits. When I was a teenager, I used to be like, oh, I already wore that, or I just wore that like a month ago. I can't wear that again. I don't want anybody to remember that I wore that. Okay, bitch, no. I'm grown. Who cares what anybody thinks? And as soon as the summer comes around, like as soon as it hits spring and I start going to the pool every day again, I will be purposely wearing all of my different bikinis, all of my little summer clothes and stuff, because I just got this dress. So I got this really cute jersey dress from Fashion Nova, but then when I got it, like when it actually arrived, it was completely see through. Like completely see through. It literally has holes in it. Like when they said jersey, they were serious because you could see everything through the holes, the little tiny holes, especially when you go out in the sun. So I was like, okay, obviously I can't wear this as an actual dress. So this is now going to be my bikini cover up because that's basically what it is. So I will be wearing that this spring. But another beauty hobby, number seven, is I'm going to gradually start fixing up my apartment a little bit more because I said that I was going to do that. I think that might have even been one of my New Year's resolutions, but I didn't do it. I completely forgot about it. I ended up prioritizing other stuff financially. I did get a little set. I got a little outdoor set, but that was about it. And I got a couple of seasonal decorations for my apartment, but I never did anything else. So that is something that I'm thinking about too. And the reason that I view that as a beauty hobby is because I'm beautifying my space. So that's still a version of beauty. That's still me meeting my internalized beauty standard because when I think about Barbies, because that's my beauty standard, Barbies, they had the house, they had the entire beautiful pink house or whatever with like the cute little decorations. So all of that is a part of my inner child. That's a part of what I've always wanted is a cute bedroom and, pretty pillows that are like fluffy and soft and pretty lighting and candles that smell good. Oh, that just made me think of something. I need to go to Bath and Body Works and get my little candles. I will occasionally go to the car lot and like vacuum my car and I'll get the car wash and stuff. And then I like to get the little good smelling car fragrances from Bath and Body Works. So they actually have the one that hangs on your dashboard now. So they have those ones where it's like in the bag, similar to the ones you used to be able to buy at the gas station. They have that at Bath and Body Works. So now I don't have to use that bullshit where you clip it onto the air thing. I don't have to use that BS where I have to clip it onto my air vent and then the scent goes away in like 2 days. I don't have to rely on that BS anymore. So I'm glad that Bath and Body Works stepped up their game. But another beauty hobby, number 8, is instead of getting fills at the salon, I've been trying to fill my nails with the regular polish. So one of my goals was whenever I get my shellac at the nail salon, I want to have that same color at home so that just in case I don't feel like going to get my nails redone, I can just fill in the holes with a nail polish that's the same color. So far, that's been working really well. I actually have this really sparkly color on, and because I had the sparkly nail polish, I happen to have the exact sparkly regular nail polish that matches the shellac sparkles. So I think that's a really good beauty hack. It has helped me so that I don't have to keep going back to the nail salon, especially because I didn't subscribe. You know, I don't have a subscription yet. I'm still thinking about it. I haven't decided yet because next year, so it's December at the time of this recording. I don't know when I'm going to release this, but I've already planned out a couple of the subscriptions that I'm going to do. I already have about $500 worth of stuff that I need to purchase, and this has to do with fitness. So that's more important. My fitness subscriptions and my fitness hobbies, they tend to take precedence over my beauty hobbies, like financially. So for example, I would never cancel my gym membership or stop going to the gym because I got a silk press. I would never do that because it's not worth it. Why would I? What's the point of having all these beauty hobbies and then my entire body's fucked up? You know, I have no health. I'm completely unhealthy. I'm diabetic now because I canceled my gym memberships. I stopped going to the grocery store and eating healthy, all so I could pay $300 a month to get some nail art. Like, no, I'm not doing that. But I've already planned out a couple of my subscriptions that I want to do next year because I don't think I'm going to do a gym membership again. So I went this entire year with no gym membership, and I did fine. I didn't gain weight or anything. I'm still an extra small, so nothing bad happened. I just was kind of working out outdoors or just going to my apartment gym. So that's worked really well. But now, for next year, I have there are 3 different sports that I would like to try. These are the 3 sports that I'm very bad at, and I would like to get lessons next year. So one of them, like one of the gyms, it's only like $20 a month to join this gym, and they include lessons of that sport within that gym. And a couple of my friends already go there anyway, so it's not really a gym. It's like it's where you can play that sport or whatever. So I think that'll be fun. It'll be a fun way to socialize. Also, I need to put aside a couple $100 because for some of the other sports, like for 2 of the other sports, I have to get my own items. Like I want my own bag. Okay, so let's pretend that you are an exotical that wants to do like tennis. Okay, you want to have cute tennis clothes and a cute tennis racket and a cute tennis little sun visor or whatever. You know, so that's what I'm thinking about now. For the sports that I would like to try next year, I'm like, okay, I want my own soccer ball. I want my own little shorts, you know, the little pink shorts and stuff. So I'm already kind of financially anticipating that. And I'm already going to be setting aside money. I plan to have an extra $850 hopefully by April so that I can just put that towards increasing my hobbies next year. So I still consider fitness hobbies to be tied in with beauty hobbies because I do enjoy being beautiful while doing those sports. So one of the pretty girls, she actually commented and she was like, yeah, one of my beauty hobbies is wearing cute gym outfits. I'm the exact same way, except I just don't have a gym membership anymore. So now I've noticed that if I want to do a sport, I notice that I like to go shopping for that sport. Like, oh, okay, I'm playing soccer. Oh, I'm playing volleyball. Let me go get a pink volleyball. You know, let me go get a pink crop top with some pink shorts and a pink scrunchie so I can like wear my cute little volleyball outfit. And then I'm going to like take some cute pictures or whatever and I'm going to send it to my crush or whatever. Like I have this whole entire, I have an entire like dream in my head of how I want things to turn out. So I've learned to kind of put aside a couple $100. So, you know, once it hits the new year, and then I start thinking, oh, well, spring is coming up. Oh, well, summer's coming up. I always go through the same phase every single winter. I'm like, okay, guys, I got to get ready for summer. Like, you'll hear me talking about it in my content if you've followed me for long enough. So I already know that whatever sport I play, I want to be like the Barbie version within that sport. So if I'm playing volleyball, I want a pink volleyball sun visor. I want the cute shorts, and I'm going to probably have like some pink socks. the high top socks and stuff that they have, and like all the cute headbands. And I already know myself. So now I can predict it a little bit better. Um, like what kind of expenses I want, or kind of saving up so I can have my beautiful accessories. So, for example, when I did yoga, like I was more into yoga last year. So, of course, you already know I had my pink yoga mat, I had my all pink yoga set, I had my pink water bottle with my little pink gym bag and my little pink resistance bands and stuff. So everything has to be coordinated. That's a part of that's me serving my inner child. Okay, that's a part of my fantasy for myself. So instead of fantasizing about a man, I like to fantasize about the version of myself I want to be, and it gives me something to look forward to. So, you know how some girls are like, oh, I have seasonal depression. Well, a part of what stops me from having things like that is having something planned out that I don't do immediately because I don't want to do it financially. So I will push it out. Like, okay, in February, because February is actually when I'm planning to purchase my sports membership or whatever. So it's not going to be January, because for the new year, I'm going to be investing in other stuff. Like I've got some travel and all that. So I want to focus on that. But February is when I am allowing myself to invest in this sport. So I don't know. It just gives me something to save up money for. A lot of girls are bad at saving because they just don't have anything worth saving for. They only save for an emergency. That's not motivating for me either. Like, bitch, you want me to save up so that in case something terrible happens or my apartment catches on fire or something bad happens to my car, then I can like fix it. That doesn't sound motivating to me. So I try to have like fun things that I save for. Like, okay, I'm going to save up so that I can have my cute Barbie volleyball sports outfit. So probably in January, I might start filling my cart with little cute items, like if I see some cute volleyball shoes or whatever sport. What's your favorite sport? That's a good part of beauty hobbies. Like that is one of my current hobbies, is I'm trying to figure out what my favorite sport is, because I've tried a few different sports. Well, does yoga count as a sport? I don't know, but I've tried several different sports like yoga, hiking, and stuff like that. And so for next year, I want to try to explore other sports because I feel like I'm just an athletic person in general. I just like staying in shape, and I've noticed that it doesn't really matter how I stay in shape. I just enjoy like moving my body, and I like the high feeling that I get. So again, you know how I said I happen to not smoke or whatever? I genuinely get a high from working out. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, I will literally be on the elliptical and I will burst out laughing. I swear to God, I will burst out laughing. I will become giggly. Like, all the symptoms that people have when they smoke and get high, laughing a whole bunch, becoming giggly. Maybe you even get the munchies. For me, that happens after I work out. So I like the actual high that I get from exercising. That's why I enjoy doing the different sports and stuff. So I already know I want to invest in my cute little volleyball outfits, or my cute little, so I can play my sand volleyball with my little shorts on. You know the shorts that have the stripes on the side? Oh my God, that is so cute. Like a pink. So I already have a pink one. I have a pink outfit where it's like pink pants and it has the white stripes going up. You know the Adidas stripes. So it looks like that, except it's not Adidas. It's like fake. But it's pink and it has the white stripes going up the pants, and then it has a matching bra with the white stripes, and it's pink. And then it has like a hoodie that goes on top of it as well. And it's like a cropped hoodie that shows your belly button and everything. So one of my beauty hobbies that I'm looking forward to for the spring is being able to order my little cute outfits and, being able to play my sports and slay, and getting my cute little all pink volleyball and getting my cute little pink soccer ball and trying to practice doing my little headbutting thing. I forgot what it's called when you do it with your head. It's been so long since I played soccer. I played soccer literally once in elementary school. We played for me and my brother played for I think like one season, and then we stopped. Um, so I don't know. That's just one of my beauty hobbies, is thinking of cute outfits that I'm going to wear when I try these new sports and when I join these fun like gyms and stuff. I don't know. I'm just really excited about the possibilities, especially since I recently met a couple of people from one of the sports gyms that I'm going to be joining. I don't know. I'm just excited. I'm excited about that. That's definitely going to be my beauty hobby, as well as figuring out cute hairstyles that go with a sun visor. Because a lot of people, they underestimate the sun visors. Okay, so long story short, I got a sun visor from Meg the Stallion. It's a long story. You have to join the Patreon. But I got this super cute sun visor from Meg the Stallion, and I need to have an entire outfit and hairstyle and sunglasses and everything that matches with this sun visor. So I'm going to be figuring that out so that once the sun comes back out, because last summer I didn't tan, this summer I am going to naturally get a tan because a couple of the sports I'm signing up for, these are outdoor sports. So think of like sand volleyball. I mean, I don't want to dox exactly what it is. Well, I already did. Whoops. Okay, well, sand volleyball. Sand volleyball is one of them. So they have indoor and outdoor volleyball. And so I want to have like the super cute all pink. Think of like a volleyball Barbie. That is how I want to look. So that's going to be one of my beauty hobbies over the next couple of months, is just gradually looking online like, okay, do they have volleyball socks or something? Or what should I do? Like, I want to have like a gym bag and then be able to pack my cute little volleyball stuff in there. I don't know. It makes me feel very beautiful and feminine. And it's a good way to feel beautiful and decenter men. Because I'm not expecting my type to be at the freaking volleyball court. But no, it's going to be a fun time. And by the way, I'm doing this sport by myself. So I don't have any female friends that are a part of this. Like, this is going to be a completely new experience. I have no idea what to expect, but I am planning on starting that subscription in February. And this is also in a different city. This is in the city next door to me. So it's not within my neighborhood. So these will be an entirely new group of people. I don't know what to expect. I don't know if it's going to be hood. I don't know if it's going to be a bunch of old people, but my friend is a part of it, so it's going to be a lot of fun because he will be there. He's probably not going to be there every single time that I'm there, but it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm excited for that. That's one of my beauty hobbies right now, is looking up cute, girly sports equipment for the 3 sports that I decided I'm going to invest in. And by the way, when it comes to this stuff, I don't feel guilty if I end up quitting. I'm not one of those girls that's like, oh no, I signed up, so I have to keep going. No, like, I've already told some of my friends, like, hey, I'm going to test it out for 3 months. Okay, so it's $10 a month for me to join this, or it's $20 a month. Okay, so I will do 3 months as a trial. So that's only $60. So within 3 months, if I don't like it, or if I don't like the social setting or the people, then I can just quit. And I only spent $60, and plus it's helping me get in shape. So it's still contributing to my beauty, if that makes sense. It contributes to my beauty because I'm moving my body. Because when you're on the volleyball court, like walking in the sand and stuff like that, that is a form of exercise. Because your body has to work harder to balance itself in the sand. So playing sand volleyball, I'm still helping my body. I'm still going to help my legs to get more toned. I actually did play volleyball when I was in junior high, by the way. So I didn't do it in high school because I knew that I wasn't going to make varsity. I don't know why I used to think like that when I was like a teenager, but I knew I wasn't going to make the varsity squad as a freshman, and so I just quit. I quit volleyball entirely because I knew that I was going to have to be on JV for my freshman year, and my little 14-year-old ego couldn't handle it. So this beauty hobby of doing sand volleyball, I view it as a form of healing my inner child, because the 14-year-old version of me, she quit volleyball. She never gave herself a chance to enjoy volleyball because she was afraid of what her friends would think of her not being good at something. So when I was a teenager, I allowed my perfectionism to stop me from enjoying a hobby. So that's why now in my 30s, that's a part of why I'm interested in volleyball again, too. It's not just about the beauty part. It's also, do you see how I'm kind of connecting the beauty to, like, healing my inner child? Like, oh, this is a sport that I quit doing as a kid. I never reached my potential with this sport. I never, like, got to have fun with this sport or really enjoy this because I was too anxious. I cared too much what people think. So now, 15 years later, I'm coming back into it in my 30s and I'm like, no, I'm going to go back and do volleyball again. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to wear cute outfits. Yes, I'm going to suck. Yes, I'm going to be trash, but that's part of why you join it. It's so you can like learn over time. So that's a part of why beauty hobbies are so healing. You know, it's kind of like restoring a fragmented part of myself. I know it sounds very cheesy, like, oh, it's just volleyball. Well, when I was a little girl, it wasn't just volleyball. It had to do with my self image. That's part of why I quit at that time. I was too scared to come out of my comfort zone and to be new at something. I was afraid to be seen trying. That's why I quit once I hit ninth grade because I didn't want to be on JV trying to make it to varsity by sophomore year, or, you know, I never make varsity until sophomore or even junior year. Who knows? Um, so, yeah, this is me kind of like picking that back up again and having the cute clothes and stuff. That makes it more exciting. The clothes are more exciting than the workout sometimes, and that's okay. Clothes are a good motivator. Looking cute in your little gym outfit, having a cute little crop top. I want to create crop tops for the Exoticals so bad. I don't know where to go in terms of getting a merchandiser, but if I could create little Exotical crop tops that are pink, like a V-neck with like white stripes on them, kind of like a varsity. You know how those varsity sweaters look, or like the retro cheerleader shirts? If I could create that for the Exoticals, I would totally create that. But sometimes the clothes and how I'm gonna look, or even like the diet part. Okay, so this is really okay. So now I'm being a beluga, but this is a part of my motivation. So right next to the volleyball court, they have several food trucks, like right there. They have like several food trucks right there. And I guess I have this inner fantasy of like me going to the volleyball court, wearing my cute pink outfit and my neon color. You guys know me. I'm nerdy as fuck. I'm a fucking millennial. So yes, I wear neon colors. Oh, well that makes it look like you're from the 80s. Oh, well that looks like you're old. You know, you're an old person if you wear neon. You need to wear neutral colors. Okay, well I will be there with my mid 30s ass in my neon bright yellow outfit. And by the way, a lot of people forget how much us Exoticals can slay the neons. Have you seen Lotto whenever she wears neon? I love Lotto's neon colored outfits. I'll try to insert some pictures of Lotto with neon sun visors and stuff on. She is another example of somebody who slays with the neon. But I have this little fantasy in my mind of me going to this volleyball court in my cute neon volleyball outfit with my own personal volleyball that's pink. And then getting there early and then maybe staying there late and like making friends or inviting my friend to come. Because one of my friends, she already said that she wants to come do volleyball with me. She's a fellow Exotical. She's a beautiful Afro Latina Exotical. So she already said she wants to come with me and like practice volleyball and stuff because she's very athletic. She actually did like a whole bunch of sports. But I have this fantasy of me going to the volleyball court and then going to the food truck afterwards, like making friends and stuff. I don't know, like the food truck, it's not about the food for me. It's not about being a beluga. I'm not going so I can satisfy a craving. It's more so what the food represents. The food trucks represent socializing. Like all those food trucks right there, people are going to be gathering at those food trucks after they're done with the sand volleyball. And then they also have little tables out there and stuff. So I don't know, it just gives like beautiful sandy vibes and like I don't know, I like that concept. Also there's a volleyball court not far from where I stay. So I just have this fantasy about like going and playing volleyball and like meeting a whole bunch of people and then we go to the food trucks and stuff. So do you see how I'm fantasizing about who I'm going to become as opposed to fantasizing about the male gaze? So that's why I say that beauty hobbies, it was never just about looking cute or being sexy. It was always about some form of restoration. Because I started off as that 14-year-old girl who was too scared to do volleyball, even though I was really good at serving. I'm tall, you know, so I was tall and I was good at serving because I had played basketball. I quit basketball as well. I quit all of the sports once I hit ninth grade because I didn't believe that I would make varsity. But I guess this is kind of like my way of making myself feel like I'm on the varsity team. So dressing up, it almost reminds me of a uniform. So that's why I care about what I'm going to wear when I do my different sports. And I'm not just doing volleyball, I'm doing several different sports. And I want to pay to have my equipment as well, you know, like my little knee pads or my little, the elbow pads, or if you're one of those girls who does pickleball, they have where you can buy your own little pickleball pads. What are they called? Oh, rackets. I think they're called rackets. So you can get your own, and they're like super cute. So for fun, I decided to pull up on ChatGPT the most popular sports in the United States. It says running clubs, pickleball, strength training at the gym, walking clubs, spin classes and cycling, yoga, tennis, soccer. Well, that's like pretty much all the sports. Basketball. So, those are just some ideas if you're a pretty girl and you would like to utilize your beauty hobbies as motivation for working out. I've been doing that for years now. And I told you guys one of my rewards was every 30 days that I was consistent on my weight loss journey, I would buy myself a new workout outfit. So that's why I have so many cute workout sets. I mean, I never need to buy another workout set the rest of my life, for God's sakes, because I have so many of them at this point. But something else that I like to do is planning out my makeup looks. Yes, I wear makeup when I work out. No, it's never caused me to break out. No, I don't feel weird. And no, I don't have a caked up face or anything. I think when you say that you wear makeup working out, people are thinking of glam makeup. It's like, no, this is not like wedding makeup or anything. It's literally just like tinted moisturizer, or maybe I won't wear foundation. Maybe I'll just do some concealer, you know, kind of like cover up the freckles, cover up any like spots on my face, and then I might do a lip stain and a cheek stain. So that's what I mean when I say I wear makeup when I work out. It's not like I'm super glam. I will say though, with getting my lashes done, it does make me naturally look kind of more done up. So I think that's something else to think about as well for your beauty hobbies. Like if your lashes are done and your brows are done all the time, you naturally are going to slay, whether you're at the gym, whether you're hiking, whether you're skateboarding. Oh my gosh, you guys just reminded me. I need to practice my longboarding. Maybe I will do that because last year, well, actually, this was 2 years ago. I used to do roller skating, so I'm really bad at roller skating. I never continued roller skating, so I did it a couple times, but my friends, oh my God, I literally have several friends, and one of my cousins, she is in one of those skating groups. So you know how they have walking groups and stuff? They have roller skating in my city, and this is the good roller skating. This is like roll bounce, like black people. They have like a black group where they do all the super fancy skating and like they go really fast and they do spins and like they can do synchronized dancing while they're on the skates. They're literally doing like the electric slide and shit while they're on skates. I'm like, I cannot do that. But I do have a pair of roller skates, and I also have a longboard, and I really want to practice doing that again. So maybe I'll put that on the list for later next year. So like after I do my trial of those 3 sports, I might narrow it down to one. I'm not sure yet how I want to organize my workouts for next year because I like to do social workouts. I prefer to like work out with my friends and like, I don't know, it just makes it more fun for me. And it also contributes to my beauty hobbies because then I can get dressed up. So in my city, they have like Halloween themed workout classes and stuff. They have where it's like Christmas themed. So for example, with the walking group, one of them, they walked in like Santa Claus outfits. This sounds really nerdy, like, oh my God, like, but no, they seriously did. They went on a walk with their Santa Claus outfits, and then this other group that I was in, they went on a run in Halloween costumes. So in my city, they do a lot of festive stuff like that. So I'm sure that like for St. Patrick's Day, they're probably going to wear like green shirts or something like that. So that's why I like to do social workouts because it contributes to my beauty hobbies. Because now I'm excited, like, oh, St. Patrick's Day is coming up. Let me get myself a cute little leprechaun. You know, I can be like a sexy leprechaun. So I can wear like some cute little green shorts and like a green t-shirt, a green crop top with like some green high top socks or something. And it just makes me more excited because it's in a social setting. So I think part of the reason why some women don't stay on track with their gym workouts is because they're more of a social workout person. Everybody's not meant to just be isolated in the gym 24/7. Everybody's not meant to just hide on the elliptical. You're just hiding on the stair stepper 24/7. You're just in the cut, in the corner of the gym, lurking in the shadows at the YMCA. Everybody is not meant to do that. Some people work better and they're more motivated when they are surrounded by other people. That's part of what I learned about myself. I learned that my beauty hobbies of working out in a social setting, that motivates me, but also being around other people and seeing them get really good at sports and stuff, that makes me motivated as well. And it's also fun seeing some of my friends do some really cool things like relays, like some of them do relay races and stuff, or like these super long ultra marathons where they run like 50 miles and shit. So it's really cool just to see some of them do their thing and, going to the little soccer tournaments and sitting in the audience or like buying pom poms. Me and my friends have done that before, like creating signs for people or buying pom poms and kind of sitting in the stands cheering people on. So all of that, my beauty hobbies, that enhances my desire for my beauty hobbies because I'm like, okay, they're all going to be wearing green and blue, so let me wear a cute green and blue outfit so I can stand out in the crowd when I'm cheering them on. So do you see how it all kind of connects? Do you see how it's kind of enriching my life and it's about more than just the beauty part? Do you see how I didn't mention any men? I didn't mention getting some white dick or something like that. I didn't mention a dating app. I said I'm going out with my friends and we're all it's kind of like good, clean, wholesome fun. But what do you ladies think? What kind of beauty hobbies do you want to do in 2026? Let me know in the comment section and I'll talk to you next time. Stay pretty, ladies.